Hey, this is Knife Standards. Today I'm going to be doing a quick overview of the Benchmade Osborne. This is the full-size Osborne. I previously did a review of the mini Osborne, so we will go ahead and check this out in just a second. But first, please follow me at Knife Standards. You can follow me on Instagram. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for a lot more knife content and weekly knife reviews. All right, cool. So let's get this out of the way and let's talk Benchmade. Now, if you guys know me and you've watched, a decent number of my videos, you know I'm not a huge Benchmade fan. I do have a couple Benchmades that I like. One of them that I used to really like, it was kind of one of the knives that I compared a lot of other knives to, is the Mini Freak, and this has been a great knife for me. Ergos are solid. I like the blade shape. I like the finish. Just solid all-around knife. But I've kind of gotten away from the axis lock, and for me, it just doesn't really do it for me. Having to pull down on the, I would much prefer frame lock or liner lock. That's just where my tastes are at currently, lately. I do have to say, though, after handling the Asher, what was it? I think the Nomad? Yeah, I think it was the Nomad, where, he kind of did his own version of the axis lock. Man, that was just so much nicer than the Benchmade feel, like how this feels in hand as far as the axis lock goes. Did it kind of make me think about, getting back into axis locks. And then I got a really nice liner lock in. I thought, oh man. And then I got a really nice frame lock in. I thought, okay. So I'm rambling here, but my point is that Benchmades aren't normally my thing, but I have this one in on loan from my friend. You guys can tell because it has the zip tie. Yes, that is a zip tie in the thumb hole. The thumb hole. It is in with the thumb hole. I know. How do you do that? I have no idea. But I have this one in on loan. I actually have a couple others that I'm going to do videos on. He was nice enough to let me check these out. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about them. I didn't have a ton of pocket time with this guy or the other ones that I'm going to be talking about. So these, the most recent Benchmade videos, they're not really full reviews. I'm not carrying them for a few days. I'm not using them. They haven't been in pocket too long. This is about a half a day. So just keep that in mind. Not a full review, just an overview. But I still wanted to share my thoughts. Let's go ahead and do a size comparison since we have this on the table. I'm returning these today, so might as well get our size comparison in. Let's go ahead and bust out the other Benchmade that I have on the desk, Mini Freak. And let's go ahead and, you guys hear that? Let's go ahead and measure it up against the RR Standard, which is, if you guys don't know, this is my design, my knife, my prototype. More information coming soon. Okay, where did I put my, tape measure? Well, can't find my tape measure, so I will be doing it old school with a ruler. All right, so let's go ahead and check it out. We got, what do we have on the blade? About full blade length on the RR Standard, about 3.5. Oh my gosh, it's longer than the ruler. What do I do? It's looking like about 8 inches or so. Then, yeah, these are actually, these are fairly large, the full-size Osborne and the RR Standard. So let's go ahead and see. 6, 7. I really need my tape measure. Oh well, I'll get it for the next video. And then 3 inches on the blade here and about 7. So we got about 7 here. Maybe just under 8 on the Osborne. I know this is like the worst measurement I've done because this doesn't reach the full length of the blade. But 8 inches, maybe just under 8. And then we got about 7 on here. blade lengths are very similar between the Osborne and the RR Standard, and of course a little bit smaller on the on the Mini Freak. Let's go ahead and get this guy out of the way, and let's get this guy out of the way. And I need to find my tape measure eventually. So this is an interesting knife. I had the mini version. I actually owned the mini version, which has since sold, but I really liked the mini a lot. And one of the reasons I liked the mini was because of the handle material. And it was this really cool, I guess it was G10. They called it G10, but it just didn't really feel like G10 to me. It felt better, more premium feel, smoother, felt sturdy. So I don't know if it's actually G10 or if it's some proprietary thing they have going on, but it was really cool. It almost looked a little bit carbon fiber-ish. It was kind of, you guys saw it. It was the blue coated blade with little like blue accents. Really cool knife, and very small and slim and easy to carry. This guy is pretty serious. This is pretty big. I'm pretty sure this is, because this has M4 blade steel, I'm pretty sure this is the Blade HQ version of this knife. And the reason I say that is it has the Jade G10 scales. Again, though, this G10, it must be the same G10 as the other one. It just feels amazing. It does not feel like the regular G10, like the kind of crappy, rough G10 that you get a lot of times. This is really comfortable and smooth and soft. I really love the way the scales feel. Blade shape, what do we got going on here? I mean, I guess we call it reverse tanto. Has a cool little swedge, and then because this tip kind of points down, I'm calling it reverse tanto. I don't know about you guys. And it's interesting because it's such a long blade. It's not a tall blade. It's kind of short and long. So personally, it's not what I would reach for just for like an everyday cutting task, but my friend has informed me it works great. He breaks down a lot of packages, a lot of boxes, a lot of cardboard, a lot of packing material, and he says this thing works wonders. So got to go with his recommendation. It's just kind of like a oddly short, oddly, I guess, yeah, you call it short, an oddly short, long blade, it's interesting. But of course, M4 blade steel, which is great. I've had nothing but good experiences with M4. Ergos, the zip tie on the thumb stud, that cracks me up. Ergos are pretty good. I'm not feeling the clip. Pretty comfortable. The scales feel great. This is actually more comfortable than the Mini, even though I think I like the Mini better, just from the little time that I've spent with this. But it feels more comfortable than the Mini, which is interesting. Fits my hand a little bit better. I do get all 4 fingers on the scales on the handle. Interesting. All right, so I do have, let's see, have a little bit of paper. Let's see. I think my friend put a new edge on this, so let's see. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, no, it's solid. It's solid. Might need a little stropping, but this is a knife that he uses and abuses every day. So I think at some point he put a new edge on it, but it might need a little touch up, little maintenance. Action, snappy. I mean, it's kind of what you expect from Benchmade. There's a little bit of crunch and stick on the axis lock, but it doesn't bother me. If I'm gonna have a Benchmade, I kind of expect that. Thumb studs work really well. I've always thought that the thumb studs are a little bit small, but I guess, how much bigger are you gonna make them? They just always feel, on my Mini too, it just feels a little bit small to kind of flick. Anyway, coated blade, of course, assuming this is DLC coating. You see the Benchmade logo. The clip, I mean, I get it, it's Benchmade's thing, but it's either this or their deep carry, which kind of doesn't do it for me either. So again, I'm trying to be open-minded here, just like I was with the Spydercos. Of course, if I had the choice, these are never going to be my first go-to choices, but I can always appreciate even a knife that wouldn't be my first choice. I can always try and appreciate it and kind of see some of the positives. And if I had to use this knife, you know, how would I like it? Or if I had to own this knife, how often would I use it? You know, those kind of scenarios. So anyway, the liners are actually jimped a little bit, so that provides a little bit of extra grip if you're gonna kind of hang back here instead of choking up. Feels great in hand. I think overall this is a solid Benchmade. It's not my favorite Benchmade. I got to be honest, but people freak out for the Osborne. They just love it and freak out, and they have, you know, they collect them all, and they have a bunch of different versions. They also have the auto, I don't know what they call it, maybe the 941, because this is the 940, so I don't know the exact name, but they just flip out for the Osborne. So if you're an Osborne freak, let me know in the comments. Overall, pretty solid Benchmade. And of course, thank you to my friend, who is not on social media at all. Thank you for letting me check this out. This has been Knife Standards. I will catch you guys later.